Hello traders, right, I was looking at the divergence on US 100, then got sidetracked and interrupted um, looking at GJ. So back to my original trade from this morning, and I wanted to make this point to show you how easy this is. The GJ Dean's lines, oddly enough, how they confluence with other pairs as well, because they will. I mean, naturally, if you've got a support level on or resistance level being tested on US 100, you will have it on pound yen too. So if I take the ones, I'll just show you what happened. I moved from the US Tech, US 100, whatever you want to call it, to GJ, and then put the levels on there again. So if I take them off, you'll see the levels disappear on. Okay, I mean, look at these, they're piling up. I mean, it's just incredible. Yesterday we had them all piling down. No idea why. Not interested in fundamentals whatsoever. It's all voodoo magic and smoke and mirrors, fundies. Um, so give me support and resistance, technical charts all day long. So let's go back to the US 100. You'll notice all the lines are gone now, but if I put the US 100 lines on, one click, and there they are. So if we go to GJ now, there'll be a bunch of lines. Oh no, there isn't a bunch of lines. That's strange, actually. I expected there to be a crossover, but there isn't. So if we go back to um, pound yen now, we can study that, or we can study this trade here. Actually, we'll stay on this trade here. The point I was trying to make was, firstly, the Dean's lines are a one-click on-off. I mean, they are the most underrated indicator, script rather, online in my opinion. One of the most. I mean, I devised it. Other people have done similar. Some since I devised it, funny that, and some obviously you're reinventing the wheel anyway. There's only so many things you can do on charts, and then you're all gonna cross over. So divergence off of a monthly high, resistance being tested as support. So and that's from August 2024. So that was the reason for this long trade. That's it, plain and simple. But they are everywhere, which is why and they will most likely all look similar, which is why I highlighted this. As you can see, I was waiting for a long here, and at this point here was when there was no data to the right hand side. As you can see, it continued down to the daily open. Oh, I forgot to say, I've been shopping, got my breakfast this morning. I'm in a supermarket car park. I can trade anywhere, from the beach, from a mountaintop, from a car park, from a house, from a poolside, anywhere. So if we put Dean's lines on here, you will see we've come off a H4 open line. I mean, it's just incredible. This, I was saying in take one of this video, is a great divergence tool. It's more sensitive than the RSI histo, and as such it can be occasionally a little wrong, in other words, and that's why I don't rely on divergence alone. I use everything, all of my normal stuff, the 3CR up, um, uh, double divergence. The RSI is a slower divergence indicator, more reliable in terms of if you see RSI histodivergence, you have got a really powerful idea. If these conflict, this one diverges and this one doesn't, that is like a B. If you go A, B, C grade trades, that would be a B grade trade. But we don't have to rely just on divergence. But when I see it, it is it's like all the bells and whistles. It's just what I trade. It's what I've been trading for ages. As you can see from this point here, it's gone massive. US 100, I wonder what that's doing. Yeah, that's I was out of this about here, I should imagine, on my trade. I can't remember exactly, but as you know, when I show charts on my Twitter feed or I share trades here, I'm out 99%. I use the runners for new people to what I do as a way of learning. Just I'm a very visual person, hence all the lines, the indicators, what I call the traffic lights, green for long, red for short, all, you know, all together, as it were. They've been devised over 20 years now, and what can I say? But the whole point of this particular video was really to show you about Dean's lines. I mean, everything else applies, you know, all the other stuff that I use, 3CR strategies, and also it all works so well, you know. So what we've got going on a few of the other charts. Oh dear me, oh my goodness. And divergence here, we've got a low there. Technically it's a higher low. If you looked at the line chart, I can clearly see that. You know, it is, there's no doubt about that. So, but we've got a level of divergence here as well. So it's, you know, if you say it's flatlined and it hasn't flatlined there, that's divergence. I can put Dean's lines on here. It will, I mean, Dean is just a genius. It will update all of my charts and clear them down and put them on this chart. So let's have a look at where that did touch. Didn't quite touch that resistance level, which is a surprise. Now, I never trade down, rarely, should I say, rarely trade down to these levels, because getting down here is late. I want to be getting in at the first sign of a reversal. So that's a dip, a pullback, a dip. I want to be getting in there, not all the way down here. There are a few caveats to that, but I won't go into that here. But I mean, look at that. So you can just scroll through these and see what's going on all the time. Slap Dean's lines on there. There we go. That's the one we looked at before. And this is the point of this video. Dean's lines. UJ, I haven't even looked at that this morning. These divergence lines cross over, of course. They're from the US tech. And the fact that there's divergence on this is just, you know, it's that they all move together most of the time. So we've got a lower low there and a flat line there, really. You know, we can clearly see there is a bit of divergence if you take it from there. But if you take it from there, it's pretty much flat lined. It's slightly lower here than here, I think. But it's still... So, you know, you can take your pick, the best looking trades, to be honest with you, and just slap Dean's lines on and find your targets and gaps to clear air and stuff from there. I wonder what gold did this morning, because I traded that first thing. So yeah, I mean, it's doing a similar thing, down then up. I mean, I expect something's happened in the fundamental scamsters world. They'll have made up something. They curve fit this stuff. You know, that's the difference. That's the important difference with fundamentals. Mostly, I mean, the real clever fundamental traders, they are gods in my eyes. But there's so few of them. Like there's so few proper traders, to be honest with you. There's just, the trading game is a cesspit of scammers, unfortunately. Sorry, I've digressed again, but one thing you can't lie about, charts don't lie. That's a great saying. Really is. Charts never lie. And if I put something out like the weeklies at the weekend and tell people, you know, gold is looking long and the indices are all looking short, and then that's what we see, that gold has been predominantly moving up and the indices, I mean, they crashed yesterday. As I say, fundamentals, no idea why. They'll tell you why after the event. Fantastic. They'll tell you why after the event, not before. You know, a few great fundy traders, as I say, caveat to that, but very few people can even work out which are the good ones and the bad ones, to be honest with you. And that's an interesting point also. Chart traders will know, you know, I sat in a room with a fundy trader when I was learning about fundamentals and listened to him bankrupt himself and his family members and the room full of traders because he was convinced the price was going to, he married his trade, it was going to go one way. I had conversations out of the room with him saying that according to what, and I didn't know anything, I didn't know my arse from my ankle 17 years ago or more when I was chatting in that room learning, and my chart said it was the opposite way to him, and guess what? It went my way and not his. Easy to point out, and easy, easy to say, but it's putting your money where your mouth is. And he'd done that to the tune of something like 200,000 euros or something like that, plus all the room members' money, plus all their subscriptions. Crazy, crazy, crazy stuff. Anyway, I digress, guys. Charts don't lie. You can say, oh, I think that might do this and that might do that. I mean, a 3CR up might pull back. Well, what happened? It pulled back. There's a trade there. 3CR here, big red candle into some sort of open and close level. Guess what? It pulled back. Charts do not lie. Anyway, I've ranted enough. Just to show you Dean's lines on this again to stay on topic. There they are. So we've got gaps all over the place on this too. Oh yeah, that's what I drew earlier. There's a huge gap there. There was a 30 pip gap there. So when you're sort of here wondering what sort of money you can make, 30 pips. In fact, there's a new level. Oh, it's a new H4 level. The dotted lines are H4s. Obviously, we've got new H4s come into since I did this and this. I drew a manual line here. I remember that. That's not a Dean's line. And this is how you can see Dean's lines working in real time. Take them off, put them back on. 2 or 3 clicks. Dean's lines, you'll notice there won't be a line there. There shouldn't be. Famous last words. Yep, there you go. I drew that line in myself manually because that is an old pivot point there. And as I say to everyone, always, don't go for the exact line if you're trading. That's hidden the line there, but don't go for the exact line. If this is moving up, if it comes into this gap here, it will most likely do something like that. Test that. And if it's going to continue up for whatever reason, but we don't need to guess, we can use all our indicators and 3CR ideas, that's probably what would happen. Test it, pull back, and continue to fill that gap. Obviously, there'll be all sorts of little lower time frame levels in here, but the lower time frames are usurped by the higher time frame. Simple as that. Anyway, I've gone on again too long, but thanks for watching. Have a great day, and trade carefully, guys. I'm off to the beach.